Back with another reading. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what's up with it? What's up? All right, anyway, I'm just gonna see what's going on. I ain't had no messages. I ain't had nothing special to say. I know what I didn't do this morning. I didn't listen to my tunes, but I'm still feeling good. But I just didn't listen to them tunes this morning. This morning I was trying to have like a clear head, so I was just like sitting and thinking. All right, so we got Virgo energy first. Oh, okay. So you guys are becoming a lot more planned or a lot more intentional about your actions or about your communication style, or the way that you talk to yourself or the way that you talk to others. Hey y'all, good morning. You could be also talking to your sibling soon, so maybe a conversation that you have with a sibling maybe helps you guys fix an issue or a problem that you guys are having, like an existing issue. Sometimes if it's not a sibling, it can just be like part of the people who are within your community or your friend group. So there's maybe somebody who's like a medical practitioner or somebody who I was thinking like a massage therapist or somebody who's maybe flexible, agile, like the way that they think, but also like very good at like listening and then like honing in on what needs to be fixed. Or you could just be doing this today or whenever you see this, I guess. You may just be like being able to listen intently and understand where people are going with situations. You may kind of just like, I'm not gonna say finish their sentence, but you kind of may know what they're hitting at or what they're hitting on. What's up, Kimmy? All right, so someone's gonna be sharing of themselves soon. Could be a Pisces, could be a Leo, could be a Gemini, or a Virgo. Now they may either use finances, money, or like a resource, or maybe raining compliments or approval or some shit like that on you, just to kind of warm the situation up between y'all. So it's somebody who either has a God complex or they have a savior complex. So whoever you're dealing with either wants to save you or be saved, or they feel like they're better than you when you may be getting more than them, or they feel like they're better than others and they want to give to you, so you should feel privileged. So it's one of those four scenarios. All right. So whoever you're dealing with, the conversation may like, I'm not gonna say take a turn, but it may be a conversation where you're starting to like maybe start listening a little bit more, become more intentional about like what you say back or like how you reply back. So maybe also from people at office or people who you've been waiting to hear from. Could be a Pisces. I got Virgo again. So it could be people you're waiting to hear from or somebody you're waiting to hear from. So maybe somebody who ghosted you at one time or it was just a vague connection. Hot, cold. What's up, Trent? Hot, cold. You know what I mean? So some of y'all is like a secret admirer too, that's wanting to present an opportunity. Somebody who cares a little bit more than what they've let on. So what I kind of feel like is this: is I gave you a bunch of different scenarios, but for like the majority of y'all, somebody's been keeping tabs on y'all who may have walked away or who may have like kept things vague between y'all. Maybe you guys felt like it was a toxic connection. Maybe it was a codependent relationship because we got the devil here, but we got it in reverse. So this could have been somebody who called attention to maybe some of your limited patterns, your limited beliefs, your limited ways of like acting when it comes to like relationships, or they just called attention to like what triggers you. You know what I mean? Like maybe you repeated a pattern before, or you've seen this pattern before, or you've seen this behavior before. So I think somebody's about to try to trigger y'all. If this is a newer person, I think that somebody's going to try to trigger y'all with like abandonment or try or like vagueness and uncertainty. Like they want you to feel like you need them. This is somebody who wants you to care more than they want you to care more than they care. That's what's going on. So they may be generous, but then try to take it away. Because that's like, this was somebody who, for some of y'all, this may, I don't know. Yeah, well, we got the King of Swords here in reverse. So this may be vindictive for some of y'all. All right, because this may be somebody who's planning and analyzing like what they could say, what they could do to kind of get you guys involved emotionally. I see what's going on here. So whoever this is may want to share with you guys or like whatever they may want to give to you guys, but like what they're hoping for is to have some type of control over you or some type of like authority over you or some type of like obsessiveness over you. Now, some of y'all, this could be somebody who's obsessing about talking to you guys, communicating to you guys, but like kind of putting on the air of like, I don't really care. You know what I mean? So maybe they're keeping their distance. Some of y'all may be a rapper, actor, speaker, public speakers, could be a boss manager, or well, it's not really a boss manager. It's usually somebody who's like a public speaker or like a defender in some way. So this could be like somebody who would be like an ally to you normally, but at this point you guys aren't talking or aren't communicating. But they're getting fed up not talking to you guys. So some of y'all, they were probably going to start a conversation or try to figure out like some type of way to get the, I'm not gonna say to get the relationship off the ground because it's not really that. They just somebody who doesn't deal well with uncertainty. So if they feel like you don't care, then it kind of bothers them. So some of y'all at some point maybe they felt like they could have done better, or some of y'all they felt like maybe more confident because you were into them, or because you were around more frequently, or because they communicated with you guys a lot. You know, what's up, Majesty? Because they communicated with you guys a lot, that maybe you guys couldn't get away from them, or you guys wouldn't leave them alone, or some shit like that. Somebody who you guys have similar interests with, and they could stay a short trip, short distance away from you. All right. What's up, Earth children? Hey there, Linus Kitty. All right. So anyway, I get this person planning to start putting in a little bit more hard work with y'all, but it's more so like trying to be generous and trying to show up like they can do stuff for you. You know what I mean? So I think this sometimes with the moon could be just like a lack of clarity in it, but it could also be like seeing a situation from a skewed perspective where you're not really seeing all aspects of it and you can't see everything about this person. So I think they may be putting on like a facade of now, maybe a facade, but like they may be putting on an air of like maybe being more emotionally, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe more emotionally involved, or less emotionally involved than what they really are. So they're really trying to get how you feel. This is somebody who feels like so. This is somebody who feels like they could do better, but they need you to be more patient. I mean, need you to be more like into them, for them, or like you need to express more of your emotions for them to feel comfortable, or you need to be more generous for them to feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Man or woman, whoever this is, they want you to either talk more, communicate more with them than they do with you, or they want you to maybe be more generous with them than they are with you, or they're going to come in and be more generous with you than they are. Somewhere it's like it's almost like an overcompensation. I kind of feel like, so some of y'all is maybe like, because maybe this is like an old ass man or a grown ass man or somebody who's a little older than you, or it's a older woman or a more mature woman, or you know what I mean. So it could be like that. But we also got younger here too. So I don't know. Maybe the dynamic is different. Like maybe this is somebody who's younger, but like, or somebody who maybe you are older, younger. I don't know. It's maybe like an older, younger vibe in a way. Older, younger vibe. Even if it was like I said, with like siblings, cousins, friends, you may be older than the other person. You know what I mean? So they may be kind of like looking up to y'all, and they want you guys to kind of care more about the connection going somewhere. Because this may be somebody who has issues like communicating directly about what they want, what they need. You know what I mean? That may be this may be somebody you kind of recognize that pattern with. That's what I get with Page of Swords. It's like you may so this person may mirror you guys sometimes, or reflect parts of yourself sometimes that you don't really express, or that you used to like express in a certain way. So let's say it used to be very emotional, very clingy, very needy, very emotionally manipulative, you know what I mean? Guilting, shaming people a lot. Or this person is like this, or like maybe you're like that and this person calls attention to it. It's one of the two. It's something like that. One of the two. This would be somebody who calls you guys out at times too, or you'll be calling this person out at times. There may be a little relationship. It may be a little relationship like that where they're kind of like observing your behaviors. But anyway, you guys maybe having a conversation. If not, it's gonna be like a stare. It's gonna be like a stare off the next time you guys are interacting with each other. So you guys may be like looking at each other, but like not looking at each other. If this is in person, if this is like I don't know anywhere else, I guess you guys would just be ignoring each other or keeping your distance from each other. If you don't speak to me, I don't speak to you. It's giving that vibe like it's an ego battle, but like it's a silent one because of the moon here and the King of Cups in reverse. They have feelings and emotions, or they care more than what they're letting on. They just don't want you to know. I care. So if you guys aren't like responding, if you guys aren't like answering the messages, if you guys are not like giving them the time of day in terms of like energy of like paying attention, then they're noticing that. You know what I mean? So what do you need to know about that? Are they gonna take any action? All right. Yeah, we got the nice swords. So you probably will hear from them. They may try to organize an opportunity, and they're probably gonna use money as a way of, or either money or some type of similar interest as a way of trying to connect with you guys. Whatever the similar interest could be. Like if you guys are at the grocery store and you're in the fucking fruit aisle, then maybe they start talking about apples. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. Whatever similar interest is that you guys have. The similar interest sometimes could be of a problem or conflict that you guys are having that's unspoken. That could be a similar interest. So it's one of those, like, and because it's the King of Swords and the Page of Swords, King of Cups is somebody who doesn't want to overly like get emotional in this situation. So they're maybe either fishing to see how you feel about it first, or they're kind of like reserving like their emotions for like when you get emotional. You know what I mean? So this is somebody who tries not to say, "Well, I love you" or "I care about you" before you do. All right. Or they try not to say, "I need you" before you do. All right. Also, you guys could be hearing back from somebody who's a spokesperson, or like a, what do they call it? Like a secretary, or or an assistant or something like that. You may be getting a message from somebody like that. You guys have been waiting on. You guys could be inheriting something, either money, status, fame from somebody else. It's going to come from a friendship or it's going to come from a partnership. So you guys may be getting communication from somebody who's very detail oriented. Sometimes that Knight of Swords can sometimes be a lawyer or like I said, a public defender or somebody who's like a protector. So it says Santa's helper. Someone wants to lend you a helping hand. Not everyone is an enemy or a foe. All right, so this person probably wants to make amends, but it's just like they don't want to say, "Hey, I'm sorry." You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, well, you're doing this to me, so I'm doing this to you. Or yeah, that's what it gives the vibe. Like, you're doing this to me, so I'm doing this to you. So because the King of Swords is vindictive and the Page of Swords in reverse plays mind games. So whoever this is plays mind games, but they care a lot more than what they let on. So this could be like flirty text sometimes, then not texting, then not talking. Like it's it's a tit for tat. Exactly, Kitty. Thank you for that. Tit for tat. All right, and then also some of y'all will become friends with somebody who's popular or in the public eye. They're either very gifted, very skilled, like let's say an artist, a singer, a poet, a public speaker, a senator, whatever, right? You guys become friends with this person, or maybe they become part of like your daily routine in some way. So this could just be like somebody who's like popular in that light where people will like pay into their calls. You guys will be doing something with them soon. So they're planning. So basically, somebody's planning to be helpful as well for some of y'all. So some of y'all is romantic, and others of y'all is going in a way where they're planning to be helpful. Because Virgo is a sign of service. You guys could also be going on vacation soon. Could be with the same person, or you guys are gonna be having like a pleasant experience with that same person. Because they're missing you guys. They're haunted by you guys. There's somebody who's never satisfied with what they get, no matter what happens. So there's somebody who doesn't appreciate, no matter what someone does for them, it doesn't really matter. It was never enough. So they're ungrateful at times. But at this point, I get them either wanting to sacrifice for you, and if some of y'all, like I said, some of y'all, they really felt like they could do better than y'all, or felt like they were better than y'all, so they feel humbled, like having to go about the situation in that way. You know what I mean? So there could be like a distance or like a resentment towards you, even in the conversation. It may come off a little condescending or come off a little bitter. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, like I got it. Why I got to say something, or why I got to do this, or why do I need to? You know what I mean? So it kind of comes off that way, maybe a little bitter. You know what I mean? Some of y'all is because you guys detached from them, or cut them off, or told them how to get right. You know what I mean? Then it was that. You know what I mean? But anyway, it says, "Dear guardian angel, help me believe that all is possible through love. Help me manifest my dreams and live an inspiring and fulfilling life. Help me to feel God's presence in every moment. Help me feel eternally loved. Thank you for being always by my side." So yeah, it is like this is gonna be like a reconciliation. Some of y'all, because somebody wants to lend you a hand, and somebody who probably wasn't appreciative of you in the past, or just didn't appreciate what you might have done for them. You may feel like this. The interaction that you have may come off as if really they don't appreciate you or they could care less, but they do. They care a whole lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're gonna probably spread a little bit of good information with you, or try to get you guys to do something where you guys enjoy yourself. Okay, so anyway, let me give you signs. Could be a Leo, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Capricorn, Gemini, Sag, Pisces, Gemini, Leo, Virgo, Gemini. All right. So anyway, Sag, that was y'all reading. Ooh, we almost got 100 people in the chat on a zodiac read. Get the fuck out of here. Damn. Okay. All right, y'all. So anyway, y'all have a great day. I'm finna get loose. Oh, if you guys got Pisces in your chart, I'm gonna be doing that next. Boom.